I love comic book movies, always have. I've watched every single one of them, even the ones I probably wouldn't like. I'm that guy. I'm there night one, bucket of popcorn in hand, optimistic. Sometimes I walk out buzzing, sometimes I walk out baffled, but I always show up. And now there's Thunderbolts. This one had me genuinely curious. I mean, on paper, it's a mashup of some of the most interesting supporting characters that the MCU has ever introduced. You've got Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, U.S. Agent, and Valentina pulling the strings in the background. It's basically Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad, except with characters we've seen sprinkled across different projects. Some people call that synergy. I call it Marvel making soup out of leftovers, but I was open to it. Yelena is clearly the anchor here. Florence Pugh carries herself like she's been doing this forever. She's sharp, she's layered, and honestly, she's probably the emotional spine of the whole film. Her performance works, but here's the thing. When you pile together a bunch of misfits from different corners of the MCU, there has to be a reason for it, just beyond just, hey, wouldn't this be cool? I know I might be on an island with this one, but I walked out not feeling it, and that's always an uncomfortable place to be, especially when everyone around you is clapping at all the right moments, reacting to the beats the way Marvel wants them to react, and you start questioning yourself, like, am I broken? Did I miss something? But honestly, I didn't connect. It didn't hit. It felt like a step backwards, not in quality necessarily, but in storytelling and tone. And what threw me off the most was how dark and somber it all felt. And the thing was sold as a quippy anti-hero, Marvel signature cocktail of humor, trauma, and reluctant camaraderie. And sure, those ingredients are technically here, but the tone leans heavily into the trauma, like really heavily, almost like it forgot they came here to have fun. I mean, the thing is, these characters are damaged. That's the whole pitch. They've got baggage, regrets, blood on their hands. The idea is that through coming together, they might find redemption, even friendship. The movie leans into that idea hard, and in theory, that works. I mean, there's It's a Wonderful Life vibe going on with the no man is a failure without friends thing. It's nice sentiment on paper, but on screen, it's a slog. Every character is compartmentalizing trauma. Everyone's brooding, everyone's haunted, and that's fine for a scene or two, but 2 full hours of emotional repression with little to no dynamic action to balance it. It starts to drag, and speaking of action, it's forgettable. There's no set piece that really stands out. Nothing that got my pulse racing. The fights feel like they were choreographed to check a box rather than thrill or innovate. And visually, it doesn't help the whole thing feels confined. I saw it on IMAX and I could see the backlot. There's a sequence near the end, no spoilers, but the city is ruined. There's been a huge event with the void or whatever has done its damage. And within what feels like seconds, we cut to a press conference. A press conference, after all that. I know, how did everybody get together? I know, that's Marvel logic. And they gotta wrap it up somehow, but that tonal whiplash pulled me right out. 1 minute, people are traumatized, the next we're cracking jokes in front of reporters. It's the little things like that. Don't land. Consequences get swept under the rug. I understand what they were trying to do in the arc of transformation, from Thunderbolts to something Avengers adjacent, a kind of an emotional baptism, if you will. But if you're going to tell a story that's deeply rooted in psychological struggle, then you either need to go all in and make it really invented, or find a more balanced tone, because we've seen this before. This idea of a group of broken people wrestling with their demon while also trying to save the world. We've seen it in the Guardians of the Galaxy, in WandaVision, in Moon Knight. Heck, Marvel has been exploring mental health for a while now, and in my opinion, here it comes, the best version of this, hands down, I'm gonna say it out loud, is Legion. Yeah, that FX series, Legion, is widely invented. It takes the same themes, trauma, mental illness, identity, and spins them through the surreal genre-bending lens. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but for me, it's the peak of what Marvel can do when you take risks. And Thunderbolts wants to be deep, but doesn't want it to be weird, and that's where it lost me. I'm still going to see every comic book. I'm still excited for DC's Superman, even if I'm cautiously optimistic. Fantastic Four in July, I'm anxious about that one, but I'm hopeful. I still believe in the genre. I love the joy, the adventure, the larger-than-life stakes, but either the magic that led us through phase 1 to 3 isn't translating anymore. And that's just nostalgia talking. It's structure, it's story, it's character. We need heroes we can care about again, or at least villains that shake things up. Now, I don't want to forget the credits scene, because, of course, there's a Marvel credits scene that's the contract, and the guy next to me, a total stranger, might have been named Bob, all I know, he was livid, like ranting to himself out loud, full-on meltdown. He said it ruined the next movie for him, that he has to go watch something else, DC. I don't know what he meant, but he was going through it, and everybody else was just trying to shuffle out of the theater quietly while Bob was unraveling. And for me, honestly, the best part of the movie was the credits. Not because it was over, but because I got to see names of my friends who worked on it, and that matters. The work, the effort, the artistry, all that goes into making a film like this, and I'll always respect that, even when the story doesn't click for me. So look, if you love Thunderbolts, I get it. There's some good stuff there. It's a strong cast, some compelling themes, but for me, it missed the mark. I didn't hate it, I just didn't feel it. And maybe that's even worse. But I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll always be back. And I really appreciate you going on this film journey with me, and as always, be real.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Yelena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.